What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I'm bringing you an analysis on One Punch Man. So, Saitama, hero or menace? You know, that's something we don't really think about in this series so much because One Punch Man is a parody. It's designed for him to win. Anybody that he fights, he's gonna beat with no effort. But you gotta take a look and think about the character himself. I mean, people kind of get upset about One Punch Man because it is a parody. They get really triggered about it because, you know, he beats his character so easily. People don't take it seriously. We're always seeing Saitama being matched up against people like Goku and Superman and everybody like that. But honestly, he's going to win because he's written to win. So have we ever stopped to think about where that will lead the series if they decided to expand on that and make it a little bit bigger? And I'm pretty sure people have before. But, you know, at the state of where it is with the anime and where we're going with the manga and things like that, because I read the actual manga version, not the webcomic. I mean, I read the webcomic, but I'm a little bit behind on it. But I always frequently read the manga version that's cleaned up. And something about Saitama, he's a very interesting character because his main goal is something that you would see from a villain. I mean, he's bored. He's looking for someone to give him that challenge. And if he ever finds somebody that can actually match him, then that would be the end goal of the series. So as he makes his way up the ranks, because he can't stay DCB level forever, he's gonna start getting more attention. And then when you think about how crunchy people are, such as like a Menace and Metal Knight, you know, these guys have some scummy tendencies to the point where once their ranks start getting threatened by Saitama, they may start using their influence to actually focus on him as a villain. And we've seen this before, like in the anime and earlier in the series, where it could be the hero's word against his. And Saitama, honestly, if they decide to go that route, he could be painted as a villain in his own series. And that's what makes One Punch Man so interesting, and that's what I love about the series as a whole, because again, to have a main character whose goal is to find somebody that can actually beat him, yeah, I mean, you see that with characters like Goku and people like that, but it's not the main goal of the series. And one of the best selling points about One Punch Man is that it gives you the room to kind of expand upon the people around it. One Punch Man is more about the other characters, and Saitama's more the side character if you think about it. Like Genos is really the main character in the series. He's the person that gets all the development. He's the person that struggles in the fights. He's the person that gets the lessons, whether it's inadvertently or on purpose, from Saitama, so we get to see him grow. And that kind of leads me to the question of who can even beat Saitama in this series. Like, I wonder if they ever thought that far. Now, there are going to be some spoilers here, so if you're anime only and you're waiting on season 2 and you haven't read the manga, spoilers are coming in 3, 2, 1. So as we get deeper and deeper into the One Punch Man universe, the big question is who can actually beat Saitama? Now, there's a lot of names out there. There's characters that we haven't seen yet, but we've heard about. There's characters that we have seen. And me personally, my pick to beat Saitama, which would bring things full circle, would have to be Genos, because Genos to me is the main character of One Punch Man. So for him to surpass his master would be the ultimate goal. But knowing the pace in this series and that how it's supposed to be a parody, it probably wouldn't happen. Saitama's probably still going to ride out into the sunset as the most badass character in anime manga history, except he's probably going to get the battle that he was finally looking for. But imagine if Genos actually got to the point where he's on Saitama's level, or maybe even some of the other characters in the series, like maybe Garo. You know, Garo, right now there's a character that's going on in the manga by the name of Shuryu, and he is a beast. Imagine these characters actually coming up and getting to Saitama's level, and maybe they'll be the people that actually take him down. And of course, there's the very mysterious Blast, who's come up recently in the manga, who is the #1 ranked hero. So off of principle, he must be the baddest of the badass to take Saitama to his limit. But will we actually get there? And I don't know, maybe it's just me. I always got this thing in my head. It's like, how cool would it be for Saitama to actually be a villain? I mean, maybe even just briefly, maybe if he's hypnotized or something. If Saitama got to the point where he had to take on everybody, nobody's going to beat this guy. So I think the series needs to start building somebody up that can at least be formidable to him. I mean, I think it can only go so long without him being touched or not being able to be beat at all. So personally, I think Genos would be the character that I would like to see defeat Saitama. I cannot wait to get into Blast and see where he goes. But I'm really interested in the future of the series and where it can go. Where, I mean, it's kind of... I never really seen a series where the main character has the ambitions of a villain. I mean, if you really think about it, Saitama could be the villain, and once he starts to go up in the ranks, that can make a lot of the upper tier heroes very mad. So there's that, and I just wanted to throw a quick video out there and talk about One Punch Man because it was just something I was thinking about. Is it worth it for Saitama to go up the ranks being as strong as he is? Will that cause him to be frustrated? Will he ultimately become a villain? Who do you think can beat Saitama in the One Punch Man universe? Also, how long would it be before people start looking at Saitama as a villain? I mean, he's unbeatable. And then whenever you're on top for so long, it either starts to get to his head, like the boredom will start getting to him, where he'll start actively going out looking for people himself. And I know that kind of tarnishes Saitama as a character himself because he's so pure-hearted. But at the same time, more and more people are going to want to come from his head as he goes up in the ranks. I mean, people are probably going to start actively going after him because think about it. If he gets to the point where he is the #1 hero, I'm pretty sure people are going to want his head so they can claim that for himself. And that type of thinking in a superhero universe, it can turn somebody dark, at least temporarily. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, it is a very interesting topic. Of course, we know on paper nobody can beat Saitama, but I can't wait to see that person that's going to give him the run for his money. I mean, anime onlys, we've seen Boros, and even though he won that very well, I mean, like almost cleanly, it was still a beautiful fight. So imagine seeing somebody that can actually take Saitama to his limits. I don't think the world's ready for that. I think the world is going to explode. So just thinking about who is going to be that final battle for Saitama just gives me goosebumps because it is such a great series. It's such a fun and entertaining series. And the future for this series is infinite. Again, I bring up the question hero or menace because when you start to build yourself up to be this unbeatable character, when you get to the point where nobody can top you, then people are going to want you to fall. And I think that is where some people within the Hero Association, or maybe even villains, will start to plot against Saitama and try to take him down. I think that would be a very good arc, to have a whole bunch of people come together to try to take this man down. They're going to fail, but it'll be good to see it, and maybe just see Saitama painted in a different light, because if he starts knocking down bigger heroes, then the people are going to look like, wait a minute, you just beat Metal Mask, or you just beat Metal Knight, you just beat Snake, you just beat, you know, a My Mask, and you just beat King, you know, things like that. So for Saitama to start taking people down at some points, if it gets to that, it's not going to look good to him in the public, at least I don't think. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think it's anybody that can beat Saitama? How do you feel about him possibly being painted as a villain in the light of some people? And how do you feel about this series overall? Like, how do you feel about One Punch Man actually taking the other characters that we meet and making them kind of the central characters, and them their story of getting better and building in order to defeat Saitama being a focal point, instead of our main character going through the progression and getting stronger and stronger? Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.